Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
No worries.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. And let's change the music up a little bit. I remembered the funk this morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with yours truly, Dawg Knight. Well, if you haven't heard the news already, I think you just saw what happened. Julian Assange has been removed from the Ecuadorian embassy in Great Britain, apprehended by the London police under a U.S. Extradition warrant. So that obviously is going to be the biggest news of the day. There's no doubt that that'll remain on the front of the Twitter trends probably the entire day because everyone's going to be talking about Julian Assange. Now, some people will be ecstatic about this. Some people are going to be like, what's, you know, what, what? Wait, we don't know. It's interesting. I've been watching a little bit of the conversation on Twitter this morning, but not too much, but we're going to get into that soon. So yeah, that's, excuse me, that's the big news today. Anyway, welcome everybody. Let's say hi to the few people who are here so far. Chicago Mike is in the top spot today, being first. Somebody, I don't know, apparently someone said the notification didn't come out quite right. But I did put a Twitter link out there too. Good morning, Max Del Rio, Diesel Dave, all you need, RVA. Wow, Seamus is here, Necro's here. Let's see, and anyone else just popping in as we go? Rich O, good morning. Lord Rothschild, MC. Can't touch this. MC, I got to do that hammer gag every time. I just don't. I can't help it. I just feel it when I see that name. And let's see, anyone else popping in? Okay, we're slowly rolling in. So there we go. So let's just go right into this. I am flying a little bit by the seat of my pants today because where I live, there are now roughly 5 inches of fresh snow on the ground. Yes, we're having a kind of a blizzard. In fact, this morning when I was driving to my destination, which is my morning job, there was almost zero visibility. It took me so long to go 2 miles just because I couldn't see the damn road. So that's why I'm a little bit behind today, but I have been kind of checking into Twitter. And let's just go into this Julian Assange thing, man. And you know what? We're going to do just some takes that people have because man, it's a mess. But I do have my reparations coffee in hand. We're ready to go. Yeah, and I have 5 inches of global warming on the ground. Oh, I can't make jokes like that. Oh, those kind of jokes can get me in trouble. But you know, it's just what it is. I don't think the world's going to end in 12 years. We'll get into that another time. Good morning, Pink Hollow, the driving ape man. Well, if you're driving today and you're anywhere near my part of the country, good luck. Anyway, let's get into this WikiLeaks thing. I'm just going to go right into the top Twitter trend today, which is obviously Julian Assange getting arrested, and let's just see what the first thing on top is, because this is kind of wild. F for Julian. Yeah, I let's put it this way. I think, well, I don't know what the F stands for this time. Hey, C. Thomas, good morning. I see you made it too. Did someone else just pop in? Oh, no, I got Bencalo. Okay. So at the top of Twitter right now is someone named David Frumkin. David Frumkin is editor of White House Watch, which previously seen on The Intercept, HuffPost, and Washington Post, so we know kind of where he stands. Okay, major news organization reporters. You've had enough time to digest the unsealed Assange indictment to realize what a ridiculous stretch it is, how it relates to the noblest of his leaks, and how it's chilling journalism. Please say so. Wow! David Frumkin just threw me a curveball, because I would assume that some of the good, because you know, well, let me talk to you about a discussion I had this morning, and I'm going to put it up here because I think you might be familiar with Wizard of Cause. He has right now his old brunch band. He put this, and this is something I found, good for him for saying this. This story is more important than Jeffree Star's makeup or whatever insipid cunt Keemstar may decide is news. Pay attention. And I replied to him, it's the most important story in America right now, and most will agree, or most who agree will agree for the wrong reasons. And I said it's a huge test for the First Amendment if he gets a fair trial. And his reply was odd to me. His reply, he's not American, he's not in America, and he ought not to be tried under American law. If we say Assange is to be held to account under our laws, we're basically saying that everyone everywhere is subject to our rule. I agree with that 100%. But since they are prosecuting him under our laws, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen the unsealed indictment, but I think it's about, they're saying that he had something to do with something for espionage. And I said, well, if they are going to prosecute him under our laws, they need to abide by the principles of our law. And if they, let's put it this way, if someone were actually spying on the United States, or they want, you know, they were going to try someone for actual espionage, say someone was stealing nuclear secrets from abroad, and so they put in a warrant out for that person's arrest abroad. Well, not necessarily American, not in America, but yes, you would absolutely try them under American law if they're stealing American secrets. Good morning, Bear. What's up, my brother? So yeah, so, or, you know, computer hack, you would absolutely prosecute Americans under that law if you were able to extradite them for breaking your laws. If you're stealing things, if they caught some of the Nigerian 419 scammers stealing from Americans, and they were able to get them extradited. I brought up Nigerians because Bear and I both have a little Nigerian going on. They absolutely would prosecute them under our law. So yeah, they still need to abide by the principles of our laws. So anyway, but I'm just pleased that this David Frumkin is saying that it's chilling to journalism, because, you know, they've already made a precedent in our courts that you know, you may a paper that publishes stolen information that they come across cannot be prosecuted for that. That's a First Amendment violation. Okay, and you know, what's the famous one? Someone tell me the famous case. I know someone will get it because my head's blanking. Hey, Smarty Bear, how you doing? So yeah, you know, and then we got, so the next one here, Glenn Greenwald says, I'm not surprised to see NBC journalists uniting behind Trump DOJ to justify the criminalization of WikiLeaks. NBC is fully aligned with the CIA, NSA, long obsessed with destroying WikiLeaks. But his tweet is false, and the indictment also charges Assange with encouraging his source. Now, this is Tom Winter he's referring to. The indictment makes it clear that this has nothing to do with the publishing of materials. Assisting someone to break the law and access classified information is not protected by the First Amendment or the SCOTUS New York Times versus United States decision. That's the Pentagon Papers. That's the one I was trying to think of. In the United States versus the New York Times, when they published the Pentagon Papers. You know, and that's the thinnest of logic. That's crazy. Now, a lot of people were making fun of Assange's appearance when he was arrested, but you got to remember, this dude's been holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy almost 10 years now. He's probably going to look a little ragged, and his health hasn't been good. His beard's, they don't give him anything. They've barely, they've given him enough to subsist, but that's about it. But so the people who are going to be, we'll get that. The people who've been cheering this indictment, are usually going to be the ones who are the most anti-Trump type people, because they blame Julian Assange for Hillary Clinton's loss, as opposed to the information that he published that helped people lose trust in Hillary Clinton. Because let's just remember this: let's put it this way, WikiLeaks has published things against multiple governments, okay? And remember, just let's say it's 2019, about 2004, so about 15 years ago, WikiLeaks was publishing things against the Bush administration and regarding the war. And all these people who were pissed off that they released stuff regarding Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party were cheering WikiLeaks back then. Who's their favorite? Who's the darling of the Democratic Party, or just not even? I'm not going to say Democrats, because it's not the Democrats, but of the left regarding a relationship with WikiLeaks. Used to be what's that person? Oh, Private Manning. Remember her, Chelsea Manning, formerly Bradley Manning? I'm not naming her for that reason, but that's when she was arrested. That's who she was, for leaking things, classified information in WikiLeaks. Now, that Chelsea Manning is in prison right now for stealing the classified information. She was let out, but now they've got her back in jail. And she's the darling of the people who are mad that Trump won the election. And so she, everything that, here's my point. Everything that WikiLeaks has ever published has been real. They've never published any false documents in their history. And let's put it this way. I'm not a fan or a detractor of WikiLeaks, but everything they've published has been true. Let me check this super chat real quick. By the way, just a reminder that the Morning Night Live, actually me, is sponsored by you. Remember that? And please share the video. There's that little arrow down there. You can hit the like button. You can do super chats and donations through Streamlabs, which is down below. I really appreciate y'all coming here every day. All right, C. Thomas, the peasant, donated $1 to say that Assange did nothing wrong. I agree. He is a publisher. Now, what they're trying to charge him with is saying that he has helped steal some of the information or encouraged the stealing of information. That's pretty weak. That's really, really weak. Another quick $2 super chat via Streamlabs, link down below. C. Thomas, the goodest peasant. I'm sorry, I didn't say your whole name last time. C. Thomas, the goodest peasant, says George Soros is a bigger threat to America than Assange or Trump ever could be. In many ways he is. Let's put it this way. Everyone know the name Kim Foxx? Remember that name? She's the state's attorney for Cook County, Illinois, and she's the one who dropped the charges for Jussie Smollett. Yeah, she got elected with $400,000 from a George Soros organization. Now, Jussie Smollett probably is not a danger to the world, although he should pay the consequences for his actions. However, there's another case that they found now that the newspapers in the Chicagoland area are starting to dig through her record. There's a case where a young man murdered somebody. Now, he was tried as a juvenile. I know this is an aside, but let me get to my point how George Soros can be dangerous. He has a project right now where he's trying to get attorney generals, state's attorneys, stuff like that elected in various states. Very liberal, left-wing, progressive attorneys. In a case where a juvenile murdered somebody, they found a way. Now this is when she was an assistant state's attorney. She found a way to get him on they have this juvenile program. Now, he actually murdered somebody, but a juvenile program that kept him out of jail, had this major probation, couldn't do anything. But if he ever, because he was a youth, which I don't get why they would do this, but she was able to keep him out of jail on this particular program that any infraction in the future would put him behind bars for the full 30 years with no parole. Okay, so then right after she was elected as state's attorney, this youth, who's no longer a youth, a case came up where he was charged with aggravated assault, another felony. Now, this case with the new assault was going to trial, and they had the evidence, and it would have reverted him back to his former 30-year prison charge had he been convicted of it. She dropped the case because she didn't want him to go back into prison. That is how George Soros can be dangerous. He's trying to elect more states' attorneys and attorney generals like Kim Foxx. So I'm just referring to C. Thomas's thing. Now, I'm not a fan of all the people who constantly bring up George Soros, even though he is quite a dangerous person. The same way that I get so tired of people constantly bringing up the Koch brothers, which, the funny thing is the Koch brothers, they're like libertarian, open borders people, but the left likes to bring up the Koch brothers. Oh, it's Koch brothers money. It's Koch brothers money. They love that, bringing them up. But in this case, C. Thomas, yes, I have to agree with you a little bit here, or not even a little bit. I agree with you. He can be very dangerous. So let's see. Here's James Holman. Let's see, from national political correspondent for the Washington Post. Connecting the dots, Assange arrest in London. Greg Craig's looming indictment in D.C., Marianne Trump Berry's retirement as a federal judge in New York, and the pending sale of the National Enquirer should all be viewed as aftershocks of the 2016 election. Yeah, I don't even want to read that because that's not really related to Julian Assange. Per the federal jury indictment of Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder is not being charged with any counts related to publishing. The only felony count is conspiracy to break into government computers illegally to attain top secret information. Well, yeah, I'm not buying that one. He didn't do it. That's not his thing. He receives information from other people who do that kind of thing. So I'm thinking these charges are pretty thin. And of course, here's the thing. So already that the New York Times won a case against the United States government. There's precedent that if this was about publishing the information, there would be no charges against publishing, because the Justice Department would damn well know that they're not going to win that case. So of course they're going to make it about something else. You know, it's kind of funny. Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske. If you defend the arrest of Assange, you're defending the precedent of cracking down on journalists who expose the powerful committing crimes. This is exactly what the First Amendment exists to protect. This is supposed to be totally off the table and not debatable. You're absolutely right. And so that's why they're not charging him with that. They're trying to charge him with being a part of the hacking. Now, here's the other thing that I found hilarious about this, or still do, because it's not like WikiLeaks has ceased to exist while Julian Assange has been in the Ecuadorian embassy. The organization still runs, right? I'm just imagining, you know, they had that big thing about Vault 7. I don't know if you remember that, but they were talking about Vault 7 and how they were going to release Vault 7, and then they released all this information, and it was very, very damaging to, you know, Hillary Clinton and a bunch of other things. You know, I have a feeling that sometime there's going to be a Vault 8 or Vault 9 or Vault 10. Or here's what I really want to call it: Vault XL, as in extra large. Do you have the feeling that perhaps sometime during all this mess with Julian Assange, that perhaps Vault XL might see the light of day? I'm sorry. If I'm any kind of government official, I don't know if I would even want to mess with WikiLeaks. They can have vaults for days, for days, for days. Now, I want to see what's going on in the chat here. By the way, I saw a name that I haven't seen before. Good morning to Dawg Knight, though I see you're here. At least I thought I saw your name for a second. This thing's going so fast. Yes, good morning, Dawg Knight. Thank you. Posted Amazon link, the book on your YouTube channel discussion. Thank you very much. I'll try to find. I don't even know where my discussions board is. I got to learn how to use that. Bear, you're going to have to teach me something, because I don't know even how you send messages out. Anyway, but thank you, Dawg Knight. And also, there was a name I just saw here that I've never seen before, and I wanted to say hello and welcome you to the Morning Night Live, but I can't find it. Oh, here we go. It's, the evil one. Hello there. 10 a.m. here. Crazy the time differences and how we all seem to work around them. Yes, 10 a.m. So you're in the East. You're in Eastern time. Okay. Good morning, Evil One. I don't recall seeing you here. If you've been here or just been a lurker, hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. And I got another super chat here. Let's see who this is. It is my good friend C. Thomas, goodest peasant. Frankly, the good here with a $2 chat. Thank you. Frankly, the current breed of progressives are repugnant parasites who deserve mockery and scorn. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the current. Okay, let me phrase this properly. I am not a fan of the current progressive ideology. I'm just not. Now, I have friends and family members who are progressives. I follow some progressives on Twitter and YouTube and things like that, and some of them are good people, but who I just vehemently disagree with on certain policies and social issues. But they're still good people. And so you are going to see there's some progressives I've invited to come be a guest on the show on some of our Dog Park Fridays that I really like, but we disagree on everything. So probably on those days we'll just do some funny stories and not get into it. But you got to realize that they're all people too. I'll drink beer with anybody, and if you're a progressive, we'll go have some beers or wine or whatever, and have a good time, and then we're going to agree to disagree on a lot of things. So, good morning, Zombie Teddy. I'm glad you're here. Good, welcome to the show. All right, a little more on Julian Assange. Let's see. What is interesting though, there seems to be, now maybe it's just the people who are, I'm trying to find somebody on Twitter right now in this hashtag that is for this. Right now, I'm not seeing anybody, but maybe just because the people who are defending Julian Assange are just more prominent right now. DOJ announces charges against WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Single count of conspiracy. Single count. He was holed up for 10 years for a single count of conspiracy to commit computer intrusion. Good Lord. Good Lord. Hi RVA. Good morning. One count. All those police in London arrested him on a U.S. extradition warrant for one count of conspiracy to commit computer intrusion. Wow. That's me doing the wow mean. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, by the way, well, I'll tell you in a minute. I got a lot of things going through my head. Holy shit. Here's your U.S. extradition treaty for all you Twitter extradition experts. Note Article 4, which will likely be the basis of Assange's defense to extradition in the UK. Okay, well, let's look at number 4. This is from Pope Hat, who's he's a lawyer. Now I'm lawyer dog, but I'm not a lawyer. I only play a lawyer on the internet, but I am not an attorney. Pope Hat is an attorney. And let's see, number 4 here on U.S. extradition. Oh my gosh, this is long. Okay, here we go. So number 4 is political and military offenses. Let's see if we can find Article 4. Here we go. Political and military offenses. Extradition shall not be granted if the offense for which extradition is requested is a political offense. Interesting. For the purposes of this treaty, the following offenses shall not be considered political offenses. An offense for which both parties have the obligation pursuant to a multilateral international agreement to extradite the person sought or submit the case to their competent authorities for decision as to prosecution. The second one, or murder or any violent crime. So these are the ones that are not considered political offenses. Murder or any other violent crime against the person of a head of state or one of the parties or a member of the head of the state's family. Number 3, murder, manslaughter, malicious wounding, or inflicting. Okay, so far none apply. An offense involving kidnapping, abduction, or any form of unlawful detention, including the taking of a hostage, does not apply. Placing or using or threatening the placement or use of an explosive, incendiary, or destructive device or firearm capable of endangering life does not apply. Number 7, F, possession of an explosive, incendiary, destructive device capable of endangering life or cause, very similar to the last one, does not apply. Number G, an attempt or a conspiracy to commit, participation in the commission of, aiding or abetting, counseling or procuring the commission of, or being an accessory before or after the fact of any of the foregoing offenses. Well, none of those foregoing offenses apply. So let's go to 3. Notwithstanding the terms of paragraph 2 of this article, extradition shall not be granted if the competent authority of the requested state determines that the request was politically motivated. In the United States, the executive branch is the competent authority for the purposes of this article. Now remember, this warrant goes back 10 years. So it didn't start with the Trump administration, but the Trump administration Justice Department is the one executing this. So this is interesting. Anyway, and then the 4th thing here, the competent authority of the requested state may refuse extradition for offenses under military law that are not offenses under ordinary criminal law. In the United States, the executive branch is the competent authority for the purposes of this article. So that's interesting. There may be reason for he may be able to fight extradition under this. Who knows? But this is American law. I don't know. That's the treaty. That's the treaty between the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain. he under Article 4, he might be able to fight this. Who knows? What exactly did he do? Well, well, Julian Assange just publishes things that he gets from sources. Often it's classified information. Now, in the case when they originally did this, put his I guess the warrant for his arrest or whatever, and then tried to get him extradited from the UK. Originally, it had to do with getting classified information and publishing it. Some of it was from Chelsea Manning, for example, about the Iraq War and things like that. And I can't remember exactly when this. I think it started during the Obama administration, or it might have been the end of the Bush administration. But anyway, they were trying to arrest him and charge him. But now, I don't know what he did. He publishes shit. No, he doesn't just publish. Okay, what MC, help me out. Those who want to see him prosecuted, like me, are a tiny minority. Hacking is a criminal offense, not political or military. Right, and unfortunately, under the extradition treaty, that's not included right now. I'm very much interested in what you have to say there, MC, because I'm not sure. No, he does not publish. Okay, put more in the chat. I'll try to keep up with you here. All right, so that's interesting that Pope happened to look that up, because he is an attorney. So he might be able to fight extradition. I would love to hear Scott Adams talk, but he's very long-winded, so we're not going to go there. James O'Keefe, they can stop one man, but they can't stop an army. In the wake of Assange arrest, now is the time for insiders in government, tech, education to be brave and do something. Only an informed citizenry and the citizen journalists can truly speak truth to power. Okay, interesting. So there, okay, I guess maybe you're right, MC. The way I'm seeing it, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right that maybe you are in a minority. I know that there's plenty of people. I bet if you look here, let's do an experiment. Ed Krasenstein. Let's see if Ed Krasenstein mentions Julian Assange this morning. Now I know this is complete torture for you all, but I need to see. Oh, well, but okay, here it is. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to start from the back and go to the top. Breaking. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange isn't being charged with publishing documents or leaks. He's being charged with conspiring to hack into classified computers. That's a crime. If true, he deserves to go to prison for this. But I don't know that's the thing. That's the if. They have to prove that he's conspiring to hack into classified computers. That's a tough one. If he's out there telling people to hack into computers, maybe. Okay, that's the wrong one. That's different. And then his second tweet. So he's. I'm sorry, but this is typical Ed Krasenstein. Julian Assange's extradition to the U.S. has Trump stuck between a rock and a hard place. One, Trump would love nothing else but to prosecute Assange for working with Chelsea Manning, whom Obama commuted. But Assange may hold key evidence against the Trump campaign. Oh, you gotta love Ed Krasenstein. Let's see what the brother has to say. The brother. Where is it at here? Oh, brother. It looks like Brian hasn't gotten out of bed yet. So, oh my goodness. Good morning, Jaeger Pony. How are you? Okay, MC. He didn't hack plane tickets to Snowden. I'm not 100% sure on that. Chadwick. Good morning, Chadwick Dupree. I'm sorry, regardless if he actually did that hacking or not. He did a good thing telling everybody what they were doing. She deserves a medal. not a fucking criminal charge. You're referring to Chelsea Manning. Obama did commute her sentence. Boy, I don't know why, and I can't remember why. I guess I got to go back and look to see why they put her back in jail. MC, I do suspect Trump to do something to help Assange, actually. It's a possibility. Okay, here we go. Just published. For example, he paid for the tickets to allow Snowden to flee with classified data. That isn't just publishing. Yeah, yeah. That I got to think about that but Snowden already had the classified data. Okay, so I don't know. Now, are you aiding and abetting a fugitive? Okay, but under the extradition treaty, the UK can't send him for that. Okay, there's very specific things in that extradition treaty we just read, and that's certainly wasn't described in that either. Good morning, welcome, Max Del Rio. How you doing? So yeah, man, it's a tough case, but I don't know. The only charge is conspiracy to hack into government computers. And it's going to be interesting to see how they try to prove that, what kind of evidence they have, other than the fact that he published information that was stolen from government computers. Well, the New York Times published things stolen from the Pentagon. And they won the case. Now, could they have charged them with encouraging someone to steal something from the Pentagon, conspiracy to help someone steal something from the Pentagon? They could have charged them with that, and that's the workaround right now. They're trying to work around that by charging him with conspiracy and not publishing it, because they know they'll lose the publishing case. That precedent's been set. And so, I'm just, it's weird. But anyway, Julian's not looking good. Julian's not very tall either. I didn't know he was that short. You never can tell how short people are by seeing pictures of them on the internet. But anyway, all right. So that's the deal with Julian Assange today. Man, I got a feeling they'll be talking about him for a while. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if there's anyone who's really gung-ho about him getting arrested. The Krasensteins, clearly. Ed seems very invigorated by the idea that he's been arrested. Watching the alt-left turn on Assange has been educational. A hero until he damaged Hillary. I mean, Hillary, really? They believe in nothing but power. Yeah, he was absolutely a hero of the left until the 2016 election, and now he's persona non grata. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Jack Prezzo. Now, okay, Jessica Tarlov just called Assange a cult leader, and no one disagreed. Oh, interesting. Fox News, full anti-Assange TV. Now that surprises me too. I have no idea where the usual players are going to come down on this. Not even one voice is presenting the other side of the argument. I guess they're fair and balanced. It's just a slogan. I would love to. I'll probably dig up some of this and maybe check this out this afternoon. But facts, Liz Wheeler, Julian Assange is charged under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, not the Espionage Act. Which, that's even that's even worse for the extradition process, because you might be able to extract somebody for espionage, but we read that article of the treaty of different kinds of crimes that apply. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act doesn't apply at all. So how are they going to... That is wild. Wild, man. I got a feeling that if he has a decent lawyer on the planet, he'll easily fight extradition on this. Wow. Lots of free Julian Assange. Reading about Julian Assange's arrest, like disappointed but not surprised. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh boy, I'm not watching coverage. I'm just going through Twitter. In court, judge calls Assange narcissist who cannot get beyond his own selfish interests. Finds him guilty of breaking jail conditions. Huh? Okay. Oh, yeah. Millie Weaver retweeted a tweet from Donald Trump from October 11th, 2016. I hope the people are looking at the disgraceful behavior of Hillary Clinton as exposed by WikiLeaks. She is unfit to run. Yeah, you know. Yeah, no, I know that's a British judge. Yeah, I didn't clarify that. You only read one article, so that article doesn't apply. Not the extradition of other crimes are included. Oh, okay. I might have to look at that again. But I don't know. That article is very specific about what kinds are included. But I'll look through the rest of it again. I'm going off the cuff here. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research. So just let me put a disclaimer out that I don't necessarily know everything that I'm talking about. And again, I am not a lawyer, even though my nickname's Lawyer Dog. I am not a lawyer. I just play one on the internet. But I have absolutely no legal background other than I read a lot. That's it. I don't know. So I'll have to look. I'm going to go through that again a little harder. But Pope Pat, who is a lawyer, referred us to that particular article of the extradition treaty between the United States and the United Kingdom. And that section was specifically the types of crimes that you can extradite someone for. To my knowledge, at least to my reading of that, this particular act does not apply, but I absolutely could be quite wrong. That's the British judge who's saying he was very arrogant or whatever it was he said. Narcissist. Let's see. WikiLeaks founder. Oh, this is the other thing. This is related to something in 2010, not to the 2016 election. That's a good point. The persistence. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange was arrested by British authorities in London. The U.S. is charging him with one count of conspiracy to hack a computer, not under the Espionage Acts, but under the Computer something Act. Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, not the Espionage Act. And this charge is related to 2010, not the 2016 election. Julian Assange was one of the sealed indictments. Interesting. That's the other thing, man. That's why Krastenstein's excited. He thinks this has something to do with the 2016 election. It does not. This 2010, this warrant was sent out during the Obama administration. All right. So, all right. Enough about Julian Assange. I'm gonna, like I said, I need to brush up on my knowledge on this to even speak about it more. From just, what is the stat? I don't know. I have no idea what the statute of limitations on this is. He was successful defense for Assange, not the pro extradition side. Oh yeah, I was talking about the extradition treaty specifically, not the charges that he's being charged with. Strictly the extradition part of this. Can he be extradited from the UK based on our extradition treaty with them? So but the charges itself, I don't know. I mean, that's a whole nother ball game. But if they can't extradite him, then they can't put him on trial. So who knows? Okay, so you know, let me get away from this for a little bit. Let's see. I had a couple of articles ready, but I might just switch this. Let's see, switch it up. Maybe there's a good article here. Oh, by the way, so I said earlier that I had been thinking about something, and while I was at work this morning, and I was humming along while I was listening. I was actually listening to. I was listening to Ranting Monkey this morning, doing Monkey in the Morning, and as I was listening to them and Polly and Dax and all those guys that are on there in the morning, I was kind of humming to myself, and I had my earbuds in, and I was listening to myself, and I was kind of doing the, you know, just humming along, and I was thinking, you know, I've talked about this before, but I should try doing ASMR videos. Just doing, like, I was thinking what would be a funny ASMR video would be to read Dr. Seuss books in a really low, vibrating voice and see if people think that would make a great ASMR video. Because for some reason, when I speak this way, I have a weird kind of vibration in my voice that people who are into ASMR might appreciate, because it would send a bit of a chill down their spine. What do you think? Do you think that would be something? When I talk really close to the mic, I never realized how this kind of vibration comes out of my voice. Just a thought. Anyway, he didn't hack plain text. I'm way behind on the chat here. I was thinking maybe I could even do the rest of the show in that voice. I don't know. At least it didn't miss the... Oh, yeah. No, you're here early. Oh, wow. I'm way behind on the chat. Hey, Cracked. How you doing? Did I miss anyone else? If I haven't said hi to you, say hi to me, and I'll say hi to you back. So, all right. So, back to kind of the normal thing. Let me take I need a whiff of the coffee. I'm looking outside, and I'm not liking all this snow. It's... I guess you live in Minnesota, you got to expect to snow in April sometime, despite the fact that we are all going to die in 12 years because the world's going to end, according to all the experts. You know, something about that. Now, I don't want to get off on this climate thing because I realize the climate changes and it's changing, and we may have something to do with it. But every time Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talks about climate change, talks about we only have 12 years. We only have 12 years. And she kind of makes this thing like the world's going to end in 12 years. And then she always says 100% of all scientists agree. And I'm thinking to myself, do 100% of scientists all agree with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that the world is going to end in 12 years if we don't implement the new Green New Deal? And I'm like, I don't think so. Every time someone mentions, 95%, 97% of scientists agree, or 99% of scientists agree, or all the scientists agree, everyone agrees. There's never really been a survey of scientists on this, other than how they got this 97%. There was one questionnaire that was sent out. This was a long time ago, and it went out, and some scientists responded to this questionnaire, and the people who sent it back in, for the most part, agreed with with one question on the questionnaire that went something like this: do you believe that? I don't know if that carbon or something is a factor in our current climate change. And that was the only question that they used for this 97% of scientists agree. And they said, so of the ones who sent in back the questionnaire, which they only got like 2% of the questionnaires back from all these people they sent it to, the ones who sent it in said, well, answered kind of, yes to that question, that, carbon emissions has some effect on the climate. And so they've used that statistic for, this is at least 15 years now that they've been using that. 97% of scientists agree. So every time you hear a politician, they say, oh, well, we need to do X because 97% of scientists agree. Well, wait a minute. They didn't agree to that X. They didn't say that they don't agree. There's 97% of scientists don't agree that the world's going to end in 12 years. In fact, I bet if you sent that survey out right now with that specific question, I would bet that you're going to get 97% of scientists to tell you that no, the world's not going to end in 12 years. Maybe it's just me. And look, please don't accuse me of being a climate denier. I'm not a climate denier. Climate's here. You can't deny it anyway. The climate changes. There used to be farming in Greenland. Now there's glaciers. Now the glaciers were melting. But apparently now the glaciers in Greenland are growing again. The climate has always been changing. We've always adjusted. Humans have adjusted to it. Animals have adjusted. They've moved. There used to be water all over North America. There used to be glaciers where I live here in Minnesota. This used to be a glacier. And when the glaciers melted, Minnesota ended up with over 12,000 lakes of a square mile or more. So clearly, we've been warming since the Ice Age. Otherwise, there would still be ice where I'm sitting right now. Now, are we affecting the climate with carbon dioxide or whatever they're carbon? Well, sure, that's one factor. Now, when the climate was rising at the rate it is now, back in the 40s, because it was, I hate to break this to you, but when you look at those graphs and the things go up and down, well, I think it was in the early 40s that it was on the same trajectory as is now. Now, it might have stopped sooner or whatever, but they didn't say it was, they had they thought of 5 or 6 different factors that was causing it to happen then. But why aren't all of those factors part of it now? Only the one factor is being considered now. And that's so. Are you following me here? Only one factor is causing it is carbon, not the change. Is carbon causing our axis to change, which our axis is also changing at an unusual rate right now too? Did carbon do that? Maybe it's because we have everyone driving in one direction too much at the same time, so the whole Earth is slowing down because of that. Because that's that's a factor, isn't it? I don't know. I'm baffled at this. The world's going to end in 12 years because all the scientists agree. I don't know. I don't think so. C. Thomas, thank you with the $2 super chat via Streamlabs. Don't forget, Streamlabs, links down there. There isn't a full consensus on scientific matters like climate change, and all that means is that all you need is evidence to make your case one way or another. Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying. Ice is sitting where you're at. It snowed, didn't it? Yes, it did. It did. Yes, we got a lot of snow. We got a lot of snow. The ice caps are melting. The ice caps melting is going to flood us. That sounds dumb. If the Arctic's melted, nothing would change. They're basically giant ice cubes and are under the same water, displacing laws. Yeah, that's another one. The sea levels are going to rise. Well, I think they say the sea levels are going to rise because they people bring that up, that especially the Arctic. The Arctic is just a bunch of ice floating in water, right? The Antarctic, however, is a landmass covered in snow and ice, and Greenland is a landmass covered in snow and ice. And they're saying, oh well, those will cause flooding. Well, yeah, but the glaciers of Greenland, they're growing again. And that was just a little tidbit in the news I saw the other day. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But it kind of just clicked with me now that, oh, well, if they're growing, how are they growing if the climate change is going to be warm? I don't know. And also, it's like, where do they take these measurements? Or are they all the same places they've always taken the measurements? Or are they, they've eliminated a lot of places they take measurements from. It's just, I don't know, man. It's nuts. Here's the thing. The world was supposed to end in 1989 because the population was just too much. Oh, dang it. You know what, guys? I apologize. This is a very important call. I'm going to be right back. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Hold on. All right, everybody. I apologize. We have an insurance that we have a rental property, and we have an insurance claim, and I have to take care of that. And if I didn't take that call, I might not be able to get a hold of that contractor for a while. So thank you very much for being your patience. All right, enough about the global war. Let's get back into. It's already after 10. Let's go ahead, or well, 10 o'clock for me, and whatever time it is where you are. We'll get back into Twitter trends because that's kind of what we do around here. We see what else is. Are people going to talk about anything else besides Julian Assange today? So let's find that out, okay? Let's go into, you know what? I keep saying I'm going to get Twitter trends music, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't done it. I got to get some Twitter trends music. Here, we'll just use the bell. Now, Twitter trend time. So number one, obviously, is Julian Assange. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Let's get this out here. Number one is Julian Assange. And you know what? Oh, now, here's the newest trend, though. Julian Assange found guilty of breaching bail. So, okay, this is a new thing that just came up literally moments ago. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange could face up to a year in prison after the Westminster Magistrates Court found him guilty of breaching his bail. Assange has also been indicted for allegedly breaking into U.S. government computers and conspiring with former Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. After 7 years in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, okay, it's 7 years, not 10. Assange was arrested and had his asylum seeker status withdrawn for violating international conventions. Interesting. So, all right, so he's, okay, because he had a bail, I don't know, whatever. All right, oh, take it easy, Thomas. Thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate you, man. Have a good day. All right, so he has been found guilty of breaking his bail agreement in the UK, not in the US, but in the UK. But I still, so that he can have up to a year of the prison in the UK. Okay, well, all right. So that's still number one. And he was, okay, so he's indicted for his involvement in, oh, okay. They're saying that he helped Chelsea Manning crack a password on classified computer systems. Huh. Well, if there's evidence of that, then he very well could go to jail. But I'm wondering what the I wonder what the sentence is for that. Can it be, well, I suppose it's classified information. Good. And Chelsea Manning's, well, oh boy, this gets, like I said, I'm gonna have to do more research. Let's just get on to something else. We'll do more on Assange later. Number 2 is fun. It's National Pet Day. Yay! National Pet Day. Happy National Pet Day. Enjoy these photos of dogs, cats, bunnies, and more. Okay, that is that. I don't know about that picture. That's a little frightening. Y'all can see that, right? Oh, and then a blurry picture of a cat. Come on, guys. Oh, that's an ugly dog. My God, can we get a good? Okay, these are just all bad pictures. These are not adorable. Oh man, should I post my pets on here? I have pets. Every day is National Pet Day to my dogs, of course, because pets just think they're the most important thing on the planet, and that's okay because generally pets are stupid, even though I love them. I love my dogs. My dogs are great. These are just all really ugly pets. Oh, a dog and 2 turtles. There's some pets. Okay, these are obviously the goofy pet pics. Oh yeah, there we go. How are you celebrating National Pet Day? Oh, I do enjoy this. All right, let's. Oh, there's a picture of Charles Schultz with his pet Pop, or no, this dog Spike. In fact, I think Spike was the inspiration for Snoopy. So he's giving his dog a beer. Oh no, is that a Coke? He's still, that's kind of crazy. That's Charles Schultz, but he was young. He's the creator of the Peanuts gang. Don't dox your pets, P-Dog. Oh no, my pets are okay. In fact, here, hold on. Let's see if I can find. Let me see if I can find a really. I think I have a picture of my pets on here. Do I? Let's see. Let's check the old picture file. Not that one. Not that one. Maybe I don't. I may not. Other than, well, you've all seen. Oh, well, Lucky's pictures. Lucky's picture is my avatar. Lucky's are smaller of the 2 dogs. I forget it. I'm not gonna find it. Let's go back to Twitter trends. All right. So National Pet Day was number 2. Moving on. Let's go back because I'm sure you could look at pictures of pets all day. Number 3, the Masters. If you're a golf fan, the Masters tournament starts this weekend. Actually, it starts tomorrow, and they're gonna have a live leaderboard from Augusta right here on the somewhere. This is the Evening Standard. Which golfer has the most Masters titles? Phil Mickelson has 3. Nick Faldo has 3. Gary Player has 3. I think Nicklaus is still not first. Sam Snead has 3. Jimmy Demaret has 3. Tiger Woods has 4. Arnold Palmer has 4. I think Jack Nicklaus has 6, and he's number 1. So All right, that's the Masters. If you're a golf fan, that's just just a great event. Can't stand golf. I like playing golf. It's hard. It's not the great. I'll watch the final round if there's golfers. I keep porn file. I don't have porn files. What the hell are you talking about? So anyway, number 4 trending is my nerdiest thing. Easily the top one. Easily this tattoo. What the? Okay, tell me. Anyone know who that is in the tattoo? It's his nerdiest thing though. Okay. Gail Simone. Oh, thinks the Punisher should smile more. Let's see. Anyone played Pokemon Go while in labor? Oh my gosh. My nerdiest thing I've ever done is draw myself a 4 by 9 foot Marvel superheroes mural with over 350 characters in it. Started in 2008, still ongoing. That's actually pretty dang cool. Look at that. I mean, yeah, it's nerdy, but it's also pretty damn creative. You see the Thing in there, Beast. I don't know who that is. I know a lot of superheroes, but I can't. There's so many in this. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's my nerdiest thing, that I know some of these superheroes. I saw Black Panther in there somewhere. My nerdiest thing. My wedding had prop replicas from famous movie and comic couples at every table. Our sign-in book was the book from Beetlejuice. Tom Servo had a little bow tie and greeted people at the door. We played Dawn of the Dead on 4 TVs. Families were very confused. Wow. Yeah, a lot of obscure ones. There's a lot of them. Chadwick, last time I played golf, got kicked off the golf course for playing golf cart polo. Oh man. Yeah, yeah, that's certainly frowned upon. I played a scramble tournament once where we got in trouble for incorrect usage of golf carts too. But when I was in my 20s bartending for TGI Fridays, I used to golf 4 times a week, so I got really good. Got down to a single digit handicap even, but I played on my high school golf team too, so that I've always been decent at golf, but I got my best when I was in my 20s playing all the time. Anyway, nerdiest thing. There's some nerdy tattoos. If you know what any of these mean, oh, that's a D&D die. a 20-sided die. Okay, the fact that I know that is one of my nerdiest things. Okay, and I don't know what that's from. Expecto Patronum. Oh my gosh, yes, that's a nerdy tattoo on this calf, or her calf. I don't know if it's a male or female. And that's a Star Trek emblem. So yes, there's definitely some nerdy things out there that people do. Oh, good God, to some people. All right, enough of my nerdiest thing. Hey, tell you what, chat, here you go. Here's your task for the next few moments. Put your nerdiest thing in the chat. My nerdiest... Oh, you know what my nerdiest thing is right now? My mother-in-law, besides giving me some Girl Scout cookies for my birthday, also gave me this. Hang on. There you go. So that would be my nerdiest thing within reach. Alrighty then. Next thing, Thursday motivation, because it's Thursday. You got to have Thursday motivation. Not thirsty motivation. All right. The first one's a pretty good one. Inspired motivation quotes. Whenever your mind starts worrying or thinking negative, focus on the things that you are grateful for. And then the actual message, be grateful and be positive because life is too short to always be worried. Let go of the stress and realize you're blessed. You know what, did I ever finish my thought on the doing the ASMR videos? doing Dr. Seuss books. Yes, I did. Dr. Seuss books in a really low vibrating voice for ASMR videos because I can get that vibration in my voice. Okay. More. Let's see. Any other good? Well, you know what? That Thursday motivation was enough for today. That was a good one. Be grateful and be positive because life is too short to always be worried. Let go of the stress and realize you're blessed. Okay. Marty, it sounds pretty creepy. Hey, you know, but ASMR videos are already pretty creepy. Green eggs and ham. Green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? Would you like it in a boat? Would you like them with a goat? I don't know if I could keep a straight face doing it though. I'm gonna have to try it though. I think that we still have a. Let's see. When my kids were book freaks, so we were always buying books. And I have in my storage room downstairs, I have cases and cases of books that we put away. We gave a bunch of them away to schools and things, but we still have a handful of their favorites. Green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. All right, going on. Next Twitter trend. Free Assange is number 6. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of that one today, along with the Julian Assange, Cassandra Fairbanks. I just called the White House press office, and they told me I needed to email to ask for a comment, which they will surely ignore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the White House and the Justice Department are not going to take a lot of questions on this right now. It'll be interesting if I still think the extradition is going to be a challenge. But you know what? He broke his bail in Great Britain, so now he could go to jail for a year for that. This is let's just say I'm not a fan of this whole thing myself, but I need to learn more about it, and I will spend some time doing that. Hello, Check Your Logic. Did I already say hello to you? I don't know if I did because I think you just got here. I don't see your purple thing anywhere else up here, so welcome to the Morning Night Live. All right, moving on. Free Assange was 6. Number 7 is Pamela Anderson. Why is Oh, I'm almost afraid to... Oh, okay. You got to always be afraid when, yesterday when that... what was that hashtag yesterday that I probably should have never opened? Oh, Hump Day. Oh, wait. Is today Thursday? Why did I think today was Wednesday? It is Thursday. I put the wrong number on my thing. This is actually the Morning Night Live number 64, not 63. Anyway, Hump Day. If you ever are on Twitter and you see the hashtag Hump Day trending, do not click it. Because I went back and watched that video, I had to watch yesterday's show just to see, because I clicked it and I'm like, nope, clicked right back. I pulled a ranting monkey, not knowing. I went back and had to edit it out because there was vagine in my video. Gosh, so you got to be careful. So when if Pamela Anderson's trending, you got to be worried. But the only reason she's trending is because she had some strong words for the UK and the USA following Julian Assange's arrest. Gee, and thank God we know now what Pamela Anderson thinks about this. Because, I don't think Doris Day was available. Oh, what did she? Oh my gosh. I always get a kick when you hear you hear about celebrities have a strong thought about this thing. Really, what's your thoughts on the monetary rate in Lithuania? But anyway, Slowly, tearfully backspaces Pamela Anderson's silence. What? Pamela Anderson's silence. He was this is hilarious. Slowly, tearfully backspaces. Pamela Anderson's silence on Assange is deafening. Tweet. Yeah, we were all wondering what Pamela Anderson thought about the arrest of Julian Assange. I am in shock. I couldn't hear clearly what he said. He looks very bad. How could you, Ecuador? Because he exposed you. How could you, UK? Of course. You are America's bitch, and you need a diversion from your idiotic Brexit bullshit. Oh, wow. And the USA, this toxic coward of a president, he needs to rally his base. You are selfish and cruel. You have taken the entire world backwards. You are devils and liars and thieves. You will rot, and we will rise. People are clapping this. Thank God we know what Pamela Anderson thinks. Oh, goodness gracious. Good. Wow. Sudan is trending. We don't know why. Sudan President Omar al-Bashir ousted. Oh, I don't know if that's good. And military taken over. There's a military takeover in Sudan. Wow. Sudan's vice president announced President al-Bashir has been ousted and arrested. Sudan's never been the most stable place in the world. Sudan, let's see. He's been removed as president, arrested by the military. Crowds converged in Khartoum, Sudan, to hail the removal of President Omar al-Bashir. Protesters and members of the armed forces were seen cheering amid celebratory gunfire. You know, that celebratory gunfire thing always worries me. You know, what goes up must come down. So someone's might get hit by stray random bullets. But apparently the people of Sudan, at least these people in Sudan, seem to be pretty happy about the whole thing. But yeah, shooting rifles in the air, I just don't know. You know. All right, so that's what's happening in the Sudan. That's you know, ooh, you know, you just can never you can never feel confident when a government is taken over by their military and the president is arrested. I just, you know. Number 9 trending, Edward Snowden, of course. Snowden says images of Ecuador's ambassador inviting the UK secret police into the embassy to drag a publisher of, like it or not, award-winning journalism out of the building are going to end up in the history books. Assange's critic may cheer, but this is a dark moment for press freedom. You know, and it really is, because yes, they say they're charging him with other things because they know they can't charge him with publishing something. So, like I said, they're trying to find other things to charge him with. That's my personal opinion. Now, I may find out I'm wrong later in the day as I read more about it, but that's where I'm at right now. Changed my mind. The weakness of the U.S. charge against Assange is shocking. The allegation he tried and failed to help crack a password during their world-famous reporting has been public for nearly a decade. It is in the it is in the count Obama's DOJ refused to charge, saying it endangered journalism. But this has been ongoing since, this has been part of the Department of Justice since Obama. I guess it has been, you know, they said they're going to charge him. I don't know what this is about, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. For folks who like to see the source document, here's the indictment. We'll check that out later. But anyway, so Snowden's also trending. David Letterman's trending because Twitter goes nuts over Julian Assange's David Letterman beard. Oh yeah. I hate to laugh, but yeah. So that's why Letterman's trending. That's kind of funny. Number 11, Jorger. I don't know what Jorger is. Let's see. Vlade Divac is pushing to consolidate his power as Kings' top basketball executive. Oh, he's seriously weighing dismissal of coach Dave Yorker. Oh, okay. So they're trying to get rid of a coach from the Sacramento Kings. I didn't know Vlade Divac was in the front office or executive. So, Divac Yorger set for a meeting today. Yorger led the Kings' young core to a 39-win season. He has a year left on the deal. So apparently something's going on with the Sacramento Kings. That's sports, so we don't usually talk about a lot about sports here, but occasionally, like Hank Aaron a few days ago. Gore Vidal. Oh, Holden Matthews. Oh. Who is this dude? Okay, Holden Matthews, 21, has been arrested in connection to 3 arson fires at historically black churches in St. Landry Parish, Louisiana. Matthew is the son of a St. Landry deputy. Well, we're going to find him to be some white supremacist something or other, I'm sure. Be interesting to see what his... It's going to be interesting to see what his deal is. Here's the Daily Beast. A 21-year-old named Matthew Holden Matthews has reportedly been arrested in connection with fires that destroyed 3 predominantly black churches in Louisiana. On social media, he was active on black metal and pagan pages. Scenes with large neo-Nazi fan bases. Of course he was. Because you're going to get that angle in there. And if this jackass is actually one of those people, FTG. In fact, we'll bring up his name tomorrow after I read some of these articles. In fact, let's just do it early. Oh wait, today's Thursday. It's FTG Thursday. I forgot. Chat, can I get an FTG for Holden Matthews, please? Give me an FTG. Thank you. FTG. Fuck that guy. I mean, regardless, if he's the one who did it, and FTG. All right, it's FTG Thursday. See, because I thought it was... Why did I think it was Wednesday? Okay, it's FTG Thursday. FTG. Moving on. Gore Vidal is trending. Why is Gore Vidal trending? Oh, this appears to be the book Assange was holding when he got hauled out of the embassy. Gore Vidal... History of National Security State. Interesting. He was holding a book by Gore Vidal. This book right here. Gore Vidal, The History of the National Security State. In this book, let's see. You know what? Let's look this up. How much time do I got? Oh, I don't have a lot of time. I would go into it, but I'm not going to. I don't have that much time. Especially with the snow, I got to head out a little bit early to get to where I'm going. Okay, so that's the book he was holding. We can look that one up later. Let's see, anything else? Pam Anderson still trending? She's trending twice. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's see why Howard Hughes is trending. Oh, because they said it looked like Julian Assange definitely going to audition for the title role in the spring show, Kleenex Boxes on My Feet, the Howard Hughes musical. Because, oh God. Everyone's kind of making fun of what he looks like. Ammar Barghouti, whoever that is, breaking Palestinian activist and BDS co-founder Ammar Barghouti has been denied entry to the U.S., where he was scheduled on a speaking tour. That's interesting. I wonder why. Why was he denied? Zogby, this is not the way we had intended to have this conversation. We had invited BDS leader Ammar Barghouti to speak to Americans about his movement. He was interviewed by Peter Beinart. The U.S. denied him entry, denying us an opportunity to hear from him. Well, you didn't deny him an opportunity to hear from him. You know, this is interesting because you're seeing this a lot around the world where people are being denied entry into places. You know, this guy being denied entry to the U.S., which I disagree with, unless he is some security threat. I don't see a reason why you would deny him. Who was it? Stephen Molyneux, I think, was denied. Was it Stephen Molyneux? Someone was denied entry into the UK or no, into Poland. What's the dude that White, that guy, the guy who went to Yale, and he's a white nationalist. Anyway, so people getting denied into going to other countries. You're not denying an opportunity to hear from them, because right here you can video conference people in, and so sometimes maybe just getting controversial speakers to speak, you can do them through video conferencing. It's nice to have Jared Taylor. Yeah, that I kind of do an FTG for Jared Taylor, but if you feel like FTGing Jared Taylor, go ahead. But I don't think he should be denied his speech rights. But you know, for me, fuck that guy. Anyway, James. Okay, so this guy, that's too bad. I don't like that unless he is some kind of security risk. Randy Quaid, probably. I'm going to say something. So these are all. There's a lot of people trending who people think Julian Assange looks like right now. One of them, Randy Quaid, when he's on a bender. Who else? Lou Dobbs is trending. Trump, what? Oh, yeah, Lou Dobbs got this wrong. Why is he trending? Oh, did you just watch President Tom Fitton appeared on Lou Dobbs tonight on Fox Business to discuss the subpoena for the Mueller report? It's a fake fight that the Democrats want to engage in to distract from the destruction of their party's dossier. But I don't think that's why he's trending. I think he's trending because he did something. He said something about Trump having a 55% approval rate when the poll he was quoting from gave a 43% approval rate. Right now, Trump's approval rate from poll to poll is ranging anywhere from 43 to 51%. But yeah, that's why he's trending here. People are making fun of Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs spent much of his Fox Business show last night boasting of President Trump's soaring 55% approval rating in a new poll. The number was actually his disapproval rating. Okay, well, there you go. He messed up. So got it backwards. Now it's, yeah, so he's getting taken to the cleaners today. Who else? Anything else I want to do? Lots of Assange, lots of whatever. So that's enough for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I need to call it a day for today. But I wonder if I can finish on a nice note here. Let me see if I can find something really quick, because everything just seems so up yours, Randy Quaid. Right. Oh, he's so funny. That was from Independence Day when he said, "Up yours." Let's finish on this. I think this will be a nice way to finish. One of my favorite people on Twitter is Titania McGrath. Sorry, Tucker. Titania McGrath is real. Every civilization worth the flame in its kiln produces an epic that combines poetry, storytelling, philosophy, and commentary. Greece had the Iliad. Rome had the Aeneid. The Brits have Beowulf. The civilization that postdates Twitter 2006's launch now has its epic, Woke, a guide to social justice. The book, written in the first person, includes a helpful introduction. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Titania Gethsemane McGrath. I am a radical intersectional poet committed to feminism, social justice, and armed, peaceful protest. Last week, Tucker Carlson committed the ultimate microaggression against the author by interviewing a British comedian who called her a parody. Parody, though, evokes delight by distorting something that exists. The work of Titania McGrath delights in nothing that exists. She refuses to laugh, especially at herself. Here are a few lines of her slam poetry from a piece entitled Comedy. Punchlines are bayonets severing throats. In a toxic cuckolschmog of despair, a homicidal mirth whore speaks blood and spills its surly mousse of ruination. A second Rwanda. That's deep. Also, unlike parody, Titania McGrath is real by the rules that say if you deny global warming, you can be investigated by Canadian authorities. She is real because she politically compels you to accept her. What could be more real than that? Moreover, she has a deliberately posed profile picture, a pouty smile beneath a welder's glasses, and carefully disheveled blonde hair that together scream conventional Scandinavian beauty. Which means she must be real. Finally, her social media outrage makes her real. That is why I was reluctant to describe her as conventionally beautiful, which she considers a form of tyranny. But damn it, she is hot. Putting aside the patriarchal attempts to silence her by calling her a parody, and thereby metaphorically pinching her ass, Titania McGrath is on a mission. She has something approaching apostolic zeal in her singular obsession to make people woke. As she puts it, anyone can be an activist by simply adding a rainbow flag to your Facebook profile or calling out an elderly person who doesn't understand what non-binary means. You can change the world for better. Indeed, social media has now made it possible to show how virtuous you are without having to do anything at all. The first 3 chapters of her book, My Struggle, Fuck the Patriarchy, and The Tyranny of Facts, sprint out of the gate and set the pace for what follows, each chapter standing alone as the most important essay of this generation or any other, including even those unfortunate generations that had their best essays burned when Julius Caesar set aflame that library of Alexandria, destroying in the process all the great works of antiquity. We don't know exactly what was lost, but there had to be, at least for 1 or 2 Greek tomes penned by distracted, verbally impulsive, post-adolescent girls convinced that the world is against them. MX McGrath modestly fails to note that her first chapter's title is actually the English translation of the more well-known German expression, Mein Kampf. In it, she gives a hint at the refiner's fire that forged her steely Twitter presence. Quote from Miss McGrath: "My higher education was fairly typical. I studied modern languages at Oxford University, and then stayed on for a master's in gender studies, where I wrote a groundbreaking dissertation on technopaganism and the corrosive nature of cis-masculine futility. It's the kind of degree that prepares you for life in the real world. I don't write poems. I write eviscerating daggers of truth. I've made it my mission to change the world for the better, to follow in the footsteps of such trailblazing luminaries as Emmeline Pankhurst, Rosa Parks, and that guy who played Mr. Sulu on Star Trek." I love Titania McGrath. For her honesty, Titania is figuratively drawn and quartered with the executioner's technique of the present age. She is sometimes unfollowed and was once temporarily banned on Twitter for a day. There's not even an emoji for that. Some human experiences are impossible to describe because language itself is inherently limited. The collected works of William Shakespeare touch upon love and betrayal, but fail to define them concisely. World War II does not begin to depict that particular car crash. Woke, a guide for social justice, is one of those things. Any attempt to discuss it, as Tucker Carlson did, and as I have done here, is a malignant, self-gratifying gesture that diminishes the book like a fat joke in the workplace that would get someone fired. We are typical, privileged, white males. Wait, I'm not a white male. What are you talking about? Anyway, this is his words, not mine. I'm not a white male. We are typical privileged white males appropriating Titania McGrath's idiosyncratic zeal without her consent. That is no different than forcibly groping her in 1983. Titania McGrath would be perfectly justified to look me in the eye and tweet #MeToo. I will stop now and apologize to anyone I have ever injured. Titania McGrath has achieved her purpose in this reader. I am woke. A parody couldn't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, as I end the Morning Light Live today, thank you for being here. I highly encourage you to go onto Twitter right now. Well, not right now, but when I'm done talking. And not subscribe, but to follow Titania McGrath. It's spelled just like it sounds. Titania, Tit-A-Nia, McGrath, McGrath. She will make you woke. And on that note, wait till I'm done. Don't leave until you're gonna go follow her. But wait till I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Morning Night Live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT for those of you who live other parts of the world, or those of you who are woke like Titania McGrath. Thank you so much. Please share this. Right down there, it says, whoops, which hand? This hand. Down there, share, that little arrow thing that goes like, curves up, share, like, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you so much for being here. Also, we do take donations via Streamlabs when we want super chats or donations. Streamlabs, because they don't take as much of the money you give to the people that create for you. And one last thing, I just must make it known that I am Dawg Knight, and I not just woke, but I am out of here. Bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the Dawg Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.